streamed internationally on the BBC Sport website. You simply will be like a Jack Russell on the back of it. If Glen is getting away.
Glen Irwin is in the right position. He's got those few yards extra down the road as we head towards Millbank Avenue, Primrose Hill, and then that breaking point at your corner. Fuel tank full, and that is going to be the issue. Whether you've got that sorted out for into that braking area for the first time. Red Horizon, looking at the lights. Who's it going to be that makes a hot shot? Number one has got it down. He looks down at the dashboard, and they held him for a bit. There's a bit of a jump for the Honda behind on 15 Harrison, but already it is Todd that looks like he lead. Todd's got it covered as we head through the first right-hand kick there. Now then, can Irwin come back into the braking area? He won't want to outbrake himself, that's for sure, because that'll be race over.
Dean Harrison was there in third place. Good start from him. Is he still there? He is. Number 5. You can see Michael Dunlop in fourth. Right behind him. It's right at the front, and Todd's in there. He's managed to. He's gone very wide. Yeah, they're all very wide. They've all followed him in.
Got sucked in, and that's so easy to do when you've got a full tank of fuel. But better that, of course, than going straight on down the slip road, because then your race is effectively over in just 4 laps. So, up the hill we go, and already at the roundabout, let's have a look and see who makes any advance on there.
It's still Todd.
It is still Todd from Glen Irwin. Glen Irwin then, as they head out towards Cremorne Station corner, the most frightening corner on the course. Some like it, some just hold their breath and shut their eyes. I think I'd be the latter.
Yeah, I think I might today if we get a close look at these guys. But nothing in it here, the acceleration same. It's about the bravery through here. First lap tyres not fully up to temperature. Who's got through there the quickest? We'll get another shot, I'm sure, from the helicopters to see if that gap's closed down. But look at that curb cam. He's pretty spectacular. And Todd was fast through station.
Yeah, he's been quick all week, and the top end of that motorbike is working really fast as well, the BMW. It has been lively, even though the factory Ducati in front, in the rear has been one of those bikes that's worked so well this week over a whole lap. You've got to say, Todd has been, 210 miles an hour through the speed trap, the 74?
Identical times through the speed trap, 207, but Glen has closed on the braking, as you tend to do, a little bit as a concertina effect there, but 207 there without the slipstream, both of them.
Anybody that's not been following us will know that the 2 Hondas are not factory superbikes. They are super stock machines that they're running, the 5 and the 2 of John McGuinness and Dean Harrison. We're at the magic roundabout for the first time of these 4 laps. And look at this, there's been no gain at the moment. Glen Irwin has not been able to pull back Davy Todd. Davy Todd is really piling on the coals on this opening lap, there's no doubt about it. Lee, where is that Ducati going to be most useful?
I'm struggling to talk right now. I've just been glued to the screen. Glen, I honestly thought Glen would have pulled back on the slipstream out towards Coleraine, but it seems that the BMW has definitely got the edge for the Ducati right now. Whether the spec at the moment they put in it is any different, I don't know, but the 2 bikes look really evenly matched and on the brakes as well, so that's good. Really, it's good for racing because it doesn't mean anyone's got a clear advantage. So we're going to see a really good head-to-head here, especially now coming along the most important part, which is the coast road. This is where it's going to be won or lost today.
Glen takes a different line to Davy Todd. Davy Todd looks at the outside line, and it looks like Glen Irwin really has closed him down on the brake centre. It's tight through there, isn't it? The Macroboy Hotel area, and again, different lines. They're looking for keeping out of the bumps. Different riders have worked out different places on the track for where the bumps are. Glen Irwin one side, Davy Todd the other. Now then, the run down to Metropole. It really gets you the effect when you come into the houses. It feels fast, it looks fast when you're on the motorbike. Over 200 miles an hour. Breaking point of Metropole. Has he hop skipped and jumped off? No, he's made it. It looked like Davy Todd may have just gone in there a little hot. Glen Irwin hunting him down. Todd will be able to hear that booming Ducati.
This is going to be the interesting part. As Lee just said, it's the coast road here to see who's the fastest, and we all know that that Juniper Hill there, that wind chicane is where the braking is going to be done. But what's going on? That gap's just extended.
Davy Todd was so good through that section.
Glen missed a gear or something like that. It looked like David was just so fast through that section 3 over the top of Black Hill. This is the part we're coming up to at the end of that 4th hole, coming up towards the end of that 4th lap where it'll all be done. Fastest through the speed trap, but actually was Ian Hutchinson. He must have been in the slipstream there, 208.5.
He's been practicing the slipstream for a while. He's been talking about it earlier on. Back wheel in the air from Davy Todd, then on the brakes. But look out! Oh, is he going to go straight on? He has got it stopped. So I thought Davy Todd was late on the brakes, but Glen Irwin was even later.
How did he get that turn in there? I'd got him going up the slip road there. He'd got that, talk about trail braking. He really was still on the brakes hard into the apex of that corner.
Plenty of rubber as it is at the moment. This track is quite warm by standards. Over the line they go then for the first time. That's the end of lap 1. We've got 3 more to go. It's Todd versus Irwin. Everyone else is miles behind. It's Harrison in 3rd place. 4th is Dunlop. 5th is Hickman. McGuinness is 6th.
Oh! Harrison up on the curb. He looked at bent a rib probably there, possibly.
settled down a little bit now. We'll wait and see. Maybe he was just a bit scratchy on that opening lap. But that looks quick.
I think the BMW has the legs a little bit. You can see how late Glen is on the brakes every single time he's closing down, and you do. There's obviously a concertina effect, but that last time into Juniper chicane, how he got that stopped and didn't lose the front end, I don't know.
I was about to say, you can push your luck when you're trying to pitch a few yards in the braking area. We've all done it, haven't we? You think you can sneak up on them on the brakes, but that means you are on the absolute limit. Let's wait until we see what happens at the next stopping point, which will be at University. Through station they go over our curb cam, or grass cam, as it now is. I'll tell you, that has got the legs. Todd's bike has got the legs on the Ducati.
Davey's really strong through station. Whether that's on the electronics or whatever, but he's committed through there. As you can see, that's not bike speed. He's made the speed up through that corner. Irwin's slowly coming back now on the slipstream, but not as enough as what
Too far away, I think.
He can't do anything on the braking zone here because he's just too far back to make a pass. But we don't know if he's sitting there or how much of a push he's got on. What we know now in the first lap time round.
208.5 for Todd without slipstream. That is just unreal. So the BMW definitely has the legs on top end.
It's looking good, there's no doubt in that. We're at the Magic Roundabout, they're using the hard shoulder both sides of the road, round the Magic Roundabout. It's an absolute iconic view, isn't it? And then as they get to this part now, asking for the gas, they go over the crown of the road and onto the opposite camber, which can let go if you're not careful. Now then, let's see if Glen Irwin is able to close. He's a little bit closer than he was last lap round. And we rush on down towards Mathers. He is closing just a little bit. That Ducati looks good. It can beat the helicopter. Look, the helicopter's having to zoom in rather than catch up with it.
Davey's really late on the brakes into there. Glen didn't, even with the concertina effect, he didn't make up any time. So yeah, Davey's, well, we've seen from all practice qualifying that BM has been hopping and skipping, and he went through the chicane a few times, so he's found his limit, and he's quite comfortable in doing that.
You can tell confidence, can't you, from a man like Davey Todd, because he's making it dance, but it's natural.
Yeah, so we'll see how Glen goes.
Yeah, but look at this. The BMW seems to get off the corner, so that's electronics, like I said. They've all got the horsepower.
It's tight on the way into this Boy chicane, and Glen closes it down, but it's open on the exit. And again, the BMW exits so well, so I concur with your electronics type analogy.
Able to nail it, doesn't it?
Here we go then. He's closing in. Glen Irwin is closing it down into Port Rush. They're going to be side by side into the braking area down at Metropole. Surely Glen Irwin closes him up, but not close enough to make a pass. Now then, Todd makes the apex perfectly well. Glen Irwin has got him. Maybe Glen Irwin is riding us. Oh, he was sideways.
He missed the gear there. He went.
I think he's done that more than once.
Well, that's not good for a Ducati, that is for sure. You can soon find that the motor will cry enough if you start missing gears, that's for sure. And that usually comes from a bit of frustration. When I said it looked a bit scratchy.
I think he missed a gear just here the lap before.
Yeah, coming out of Metropole, that is a short shift point. You want a short shift just before there's a bump and a grid further out of the corner, so you normally do give the gear a bit early there. So maybe he went for that and he was just leaned over a bit too far, and the bike said no, but he's still sitting comfortably there.
Was it Glen that had the chain oil on his?
Yes, it was. Glen
Earlier in the week, yes, chain oil on his.
Really strong into there.
Strong into there, and it's going to count. Here we go then. It's Dean Harrison versus Michael Dunlop. 5, Dean Harrison 6, Michael Dunlop. And they're a long, long way back though, really, aren't they? Harrison and Dunlop, what, some 3 seconds further back. Peter Hickman, like you say, number 60, is trying to close them down as well. The fight at the front is still raging. Michael Dunlop looks like he's gained an advantage now, developing that bike as it goes. You can hear those throttle feathering through there as well. Lee, you were explaining that, the split throttle strategy that they've got.
Just basically cut some cylinders off so you don't have full power when you do touch on the throttle. But I know we're saying Michael's on a superbike here, but as far as the motor goes, we don't actually know if it's any more than a stock motor. He might have a swing arm kit linked in and some forks and brakes, but for outright power, he doesn't really look like he's got anything on D for top speed. What's the speed?
4:16.737. Irwin has just done a 4.6. It's a new outright circuit record. 4:16.737. 125.779 miles an hour from Glen Irwin last time around. So the battle is on.
You're right about the top speed. The super wide. Michael Dunlop, Dean Harrison's about 202. So
See now on the counts. Yeah, these two bikes are so evenly matched. This is what we wanted. This is what we want.
Closing in.
Same speed, same tyres, everything. Both riders full of confidence. This is what the fans will come to see.
Just saw Glen hang back a bit there when we got to station, and that would have probably been because of the amount of aero that's coming off the bike in front. up. You wouldn't want to get tangled up with it too close.
Well, possibly Glen might not have actually, but he's probably not ridden behind anyone this week coming into this. He doesn't know. It's harder when you've got your own braking markers and then there's an object there. He spent the last 2 days riding on his own, so big moment there.
Yeah, another one. So it looks easy from the helicopter, doesn't it? So Davy Todd then down the gears.
See both guys looking down at the dash all the time. We've all got gear indicators just to make sure you're not missing the gear.
Oh, here we go.
Into the right gear for the corner.
I thought there was going to be a pass up into the Sally roundabout there for a moment. I reckon Glen Irwin is just pacing himself a little bit at the moment, perhaps. But in places, you can't give David Todd much of an advantage because he really does seem to... Look at the exit on that BMW. It punches off the corners, and that is going to be, it could be a race-winning strategy.
No.
Oh, hang on.
He's coming here now.
Yeah, he's using full power.
Oh,
here we go, up alongside a big slipstream and then straight past goes Glen Irwin. He might have been rolling it behind Davy Todd, but Davy Todd on the brakes has proved is absolutely superb. Back wheel just about touching the ground and has gone through. You've got to have your engine braking strategy absolutely perfect in this situation.
Yeah, it looked like Glen had a lot more speed there. I don't know whether something happened to Davy. I thought Davy maybe rolled him to get a look at him, but he's trying to pass him back straight away, so it obviously wasn't the case. But
Coming again,
he's coming again, so I don't know if something's happening here, or the bike looks a lot stronger than what it has done previously on Davies.
Well, again, it comes down to whether Glen Irwin has got a strategy with Davy Todd and he's going to make it work later on. We're on lap 3. We're up the Macroboy chicane. Exiting the Macroboy chicane on full power. The BMW gets that initial bite, doesn't it, and launches away. But the Ducati starts to roll up and gets his legs nice and long as we come down now to Metropole. They are going to be side by side into the braking area. Is it going to be Glen Irwin? Is it going to be Davy Todd? It's going to be Glen Irwin. Sorry, no, it's not. It's going to be Davy Todd. Davy Todd. He let him off. I can't believe he would have done that.
I think he's not strong. Glen is very, very strong on the brakes. So whether or not he's just playing with him a little bit now, we're going to find out in a lap or so's time, a lap and a quarter's time, as they go through Church Corner, not using all the road there, getting on the power up for the top. We've seen Glen lose a lot of time here, and I don't think he's sorted his gears out now. There again, he just...
Yeah, it's a point of the track where the bike normally is a little bit... If your bike is a little bit nervous, you will feel it there more than anywhere. Like I said, the grid and the bump, it goes light there, so... But he seems to be strong over Black Hill and into here, which is more important than the last. This is where you need to be strong.
They've smoothed it all out, haven't they? They've put new tarmac there as well. Is he going to go to the inside? He's going to go to the inside on the brakes. Glen Irwin, can he get it stopped to make the turn into the chicane? He does. That's neat and tidy. Underneath Davy Todd then. So,
Should we save that for the last lap?
he might have, but he might have extra performance. We're going to find out now whether Glen Irwin was sitting behind Davy Todd and he's got something left in the locker. Will he be able to make the break now as we come to the end of lap 3 of the last lap? It is Glen Irwin leading from Davy Todd. These two out front from Dunlop, Harrison, Hickman, Cummins, McGuinness, Hillier, Jordan, Costamo in 10th place, Hutchinson 11th, Neve in 12th place, and that is your top 12. But look at this, laying rubber everywhere now. Glen Irwin is looking to try and make a break and not give Davy Todd the opportunity to get back under him. Todd might have other ideas though.
Yeah, I think he will. Todd's not lost grip there. That's something special there. We're going to have a quick look at that overtake, I think, coming up very
he's
shortly.
wide,
Little bit wide. Todd side by side climbing the hill now.
And we know that BMW's quick out of that as we get another look at it. He bounces back underneath him. We know he's strong into this chicane, but it was a risky old move because Todd is also very good on the brakes. Irwin gets it done, but Todd has got him under pressure now. Back to the racing.
So, let's have a look now, because we know how quick Todd is through this station corner.
Exactly that. This is going to be where we see whether the BMW was that much better than Glen Irwin.
Davy doesn't want to catch him too close mid-corner. He wants to have some space to actually run through the corner. If he sees a little bit, he might be okay. He's a little bit too close now.
Tell you what, look at that.
He's fast through there, isn't he?
Yeah, now we're going to see whether the Ducati had the legs to be in front, stay in front of the BMW, because clearly the BMW was quicker through station.
Yeah, Davy's got to now think about that place where he was passed, going into the Benway June, the chicane. That's the place we've seen it all going on. And I'm surprised that Glen did it now.
He was picking up a slipstream there. Let's see if Todd has got... They're good on the brakes, both of these guys.
You can see the dash lighting up on that Ducati as he goes over the bumps and it hits the...
On the limiter,
yeah.
Down into University we go then, onto the link road. This is going to be about who makes a mistake.
It is extraordinary, and in fairness, they pulled 14 seconds out on Michael Dunlop. You wouldn't have believed that, would you? Speed trap times again, we have a look at them, 2-4. That time Todd was much slower through the speed trap.
Both of these guys are right under the old lap record. 4:16.737 for Irwin, 4:16.953 for Todd. They are matching each other. This is blow by blow. They are half a lap round this 9. Oh, here we go. Shut me right up. Yeah, he is very, very strong indeed. And you know he's going to go for the brakes here. Glen Irwin, this is a fight for the win. And Todd goes through. So 74. Davy Todd pinches it off Glen Irwin. Now it's going to be run down to McRaboy and then into Metropole. This is all going to be about who is going to make it to the line. I reckon it's Juniper.
How close? If Todd's still leading as they go into Juniper, how close is the curve on the inside?
Look at this. Look at this. He's under him again. Down into McRaboy this time, into the braking area. Todd is going to go back for him now. You can be almost sure of it.
Yeah, I don't know if the Todd's centre of his tyres spinning a bit more or something, because his bike looked a lot faster the first 2 laps than it does now. So I don't know. And if he's got kit electronics and the traction's putting in, that will mean
once the
that will
tyre
slow
goes
the
off.
bike down.
Once the tyre goes off, and he probably hasn't got a butt to change that.
Yeah.
Looks like Glenn is pulling away down.
Next stop into Metropole, and Davy Todd's not close enough to do anything on the brakes down here unless it's a real do or die. Or Glen Irwin makes a mistake into the braking area, runs a little bit wide. So Glen Irwin then leads. This is the final lap, remember. We're not, and he's on a defensive line there a little bit. So Glen Irwin runs it out nice and wide and dodges the manhole covers as we get to Church. He's got such a perfect line there. He really did.
But this is where the BMW of Todd is fast through here, but he's not going to pass him on this section here. He might close him up a little bit. This is where he was making up time. Look at that again, and he does it again. He closes him up all the way up towards Black Hill. He's not going to do it there. That is for certain, but it is, we know exactly where the action's going to be.
Over the hill. Todd's got a good exit there.
Oh, and a little bit of a bobble there from Glen Irwin as well. You're right, he's got a good exit, but it's going to be on the brakes when this is done, won or lost. It is Glen Irwin that leads from Davy Todd. They are 14 seconds ahead of the third place man, Michael Dunlop. Into the braking area. Todd's driving round the outside. That's the wrong way round for sure. And he's run it a little wide. The race is won by a small mistake there from Davy Todd. It's going to be Glen Irwin then, and heads off down towards the final chicane. He's through the Juniper Caravan site. This is the last corner, bar one. Through comes Glen Irwin for a fantastic win here again. His record is superb. He wins again here. The Northwest 200 Superbike Racing. To see David Todd frustrated as he came across the line. He really was
Nine on the bounce. That is 9 on the bounce here. But did I not mention, going into that chicane, there was not an inch to spare. Glen Irwin is just up in that curve.
But you can't go around the outside of someone like Glen Irwin if he keeps it right. 4 laps of superb riding and a long, long way back to Michael Dunlop in third place. He'll be on the podium as well. We'll speak to him. It's a great ride from him as well in front of Peter Hickman. Dean Harrison came home 5th on the Superstock Honda. Connor Cummings, good ride from him up into 6th place. John McGuinness 7th and James Hillier 8th.
Looks a little bit frustrated there, Davey, as he should be. That was just down to a little bit of racecraft, and he had the speed and he had the braking ability and everything. He just picked the wrong line, and
but there was no room on the inside. That was
wrong line. But at the end of the day, he was positioned there, and it was he couldn't get back under it, could he?
No, Glenn just did the defensive line down the inside and left him nowhere to go, quite frankly.
So the Hager Ducati PBM bike. So Jordan Bird, Frank Bird Jr. is here as well. Kaz Atkins is here as well, I should say. Kaz Atkins, I'm going back a little bit there. Maiden name. I'll be in trouble for that. Sorry, Mark. Mark Lloyd, of course, KTM Tech for MotoGP. He's away in France at the moment. But go down there to Parc Ferme. Stephen is with Glenn.
Glen Irwin. Glen Irwin, congratulations. What a race, what a victory.
Yeah, it was a really fun race. Honestly, I've been lucky to be in front a lot of the times here, and if I've been behind people, they haven't been pushing that hard. You know, like we've said it all week, the practice is, we've been riding so hard, to be honest, and it sounds weird, it actually wasn't that fun when I was riding behind Davey. He's riding so good, but he was on the limit in some of the really scary parts of the track, and I was always like rolling the throttle a bit because maybe, you know, you can go over the limit quite easy. So then we had to win, we had to go to his level, and we done that. I didn't need to cross the line the first 2 laps, but I knew lap 3 and lap 4 with a red flag rule, etc. But he's one of my best mates. it's good. He's riding the bike with traction, which gives him some stuff. And I obviously have something in different areas, so it makes it a really good fight. Where he's strong, he's really, really strong, and I had to work hard to win that.
Did you feel him coming at Juniper's chicane on that last lap?
I actually worked way too early into this again, to be truthfully honest, so yeah, he probably could have got me, but I seen he struggles to stop the BMW. I raced to not overshoot anywhere, one overshoot, and I thought he's going to go straight on somewhere, come on. I could see Davey was on the limit, and then straight away just kept something for the last lap or two, which is important.
What does it mean to you to equal the Superbike record held by the great Joey Dunlop and Michael Rudder?
Yeah, it's an amazing achievement, and you know, them guys had a long career, and they done it over their whole career, so to go nine wins in a row, and to realise just that's a reminder of how tough it is here. Some people want to ride harder than me here, I know that, but we can still find a way, and it's just, I don't know how we've done it. Great team, great support, great family support, and a mindset that I don't believe anyone on the grid has anywhere near, so that's what makes a difference.
Congratulations, Glenn. Time now to hear from Davy Todd.
Well, Davey, happy enough for the podium, but I sense your frustration out there. You led for most of that race, but just wasn't to be.
Yeah, I feel like I put in the work there at the start. I know Glenn went fast in quali, and we sort of kept a little bit in reserve. I said to the boys, we got more in that lap time, and doing 4:16s is pretty savage, and I thought I got it worked out. I sort of know where Glenn's strong and where he isn't, and I just I'm just frustrated at myself. I made a bit of a silly judgment at the end. I know where I'm strong, and I could have had him up the inside into Juniper, and I chose to go outside. I thought he'd be defensive, and it's one of them. You have to make your decision. I got to give it up to the Milwaukee BMW Taz guys. They've done a fantastic job with this bike. This is an absolute weapon of a machine. I'm loving riding this bike, and all the bikes we've got here. They're all competitive to win races, and I just got to try a little bit harder in the next one.
Well done, Davey.
Cheers.
Well, I'm here with Michael Dunlop. I know it's wins that you want, but how nice to be in the winners' enclosure here as a third place.
Yeah, especially from what we've started off with, you know what I mean, it's been so late, but we just lost that toe in the first couple of laps, and honestly, I lost it, just struggled a wee bit this week. We've had an issue after a spill, and really, I needed to get in with him straight away and not try to catch up, and Dean started making a few moves on me, and they just lost that inch of a toe, and once you lose that, then you've lost the run of it, and because I knew the pace them boys were going to be going was going to be hot, so I needed to grasp a toe straight away, but we didn't get it, so I come back to hunt us a little bit.
Just how hard did you have to battle for that podium place?
Yeah, I got hot and heavy there. We were benching on each other a wee bit, so you know what I mean. It's listen, it's Pete and Dean, people that I've raced with all the time, so it's not so bad when you know that. It's obviously we're riding the roads all together, so you sort of know who you're working with, but there's a few sketchy moves been through about all right, so look, hey, that's what it's about, but it was good. It's good. It was just, I'd like to, I think we could have, if we could have got away, we would have been in a better place to be, in a better place, maybe to try and tow with these boys, but I ran out a bit of a piff.
Solid start though, and lots more to come.
Yeah, no, it's good for the boys. Thanks to all the lads. The team's doing a good job. Such a late motorcycle, and fair play to them.
Well done, Michael. Thank you. Cheers, then.
Well, you've got to say, out to the top step of the podium, Glen Irwin. Jonathan Ray is here. He'd have been fairly impressed with that as well. Jonathan Ray, 6 times World Superbike champion, has done a lap on a road bike around the course for the fans. And it's Glen Irwin once again that gets the laurels. In theory, he could go away with 11 wins here this weekend and put bang the same as Philip McCallum if he gets the next 2. But I think he's going to probably have even more trouble come these 6-lap races. We'll wait and find out. I think you're bang on right, Stevie. I think that David Todd, you said it in a nutshell very well. Let's listen to the next one.
Todd and Michael Dunlop. Catty then